Big trip to Lambeau this weekend. What is going on? Happy Thursday, 1 day closer to Friday, which is 1 day closer to the weekend. The Vikings got a big
just
one
1 day
coming
closer to
up. 4-6 on the road, taking on the what are they 5-3-1, 6-3-1? What are the Packers right now?
Good question.
I want to say it's 5-3-1, but
hope so.
But either or 6-3-1. I don't know. Whatever. Taking on the Packers. Big road game in the division. Vikings 2-0 in the division so far. 4-6 overall.
6-3-1, by the way.
6-3-1. Okay. Last place in the NFC North, which is whatever. But big game nonetheless, especially for the A topic quarterback. A lot of talk about his mechanics this week. So just wanting to see consistency going into what is going to be a tough place to play. But if this team wants the playoffs seem far-fetched, but if you want any chance, you got to start winning like right now. But we'll see. But yeah, either way, big game. Border battle at Lambeau is always a huge game. Always want to win that no matter what. So we'll see what team shows up this weekend.
Yeah, dude. And obviously, that's one thing. Everything is JJ McCarthy. And obviously, we're going to talk about him because at this point, it's just like it's super funny because he's definitely he's got to be the most talked about quarterback, right? Like, especially this last week, like everybody's in it. Like, obviously you're a fan, you're all connected, all the Viking stuff. I get it. But I mean, like, it's everywhere on Pat McAfee, like multiple times every day, all this stuff, which is kind of surprising to me because with Shedeur Sanders getting
one of them is a vertical view and one of them is like the normal view. So you should be able to go find the normal view of it if you don't like watching us on the vertical thing, which I would recommend.
I don't think there's a difference. It was just it's like a new thing, I think, or something. Yeah. And it's just like might as well.
Like that, I don't know, on their phone.
I don't know.
Really know. You can find the full screen one on the other thing on YouTube, but it's all up there.
Yeah, anyways. So that's interesting because he is just obviously scrutinized now as the week's gone on. There's been people who've like other old like Dan Orlovsky and I don't like who's the JT. I don't know exactly who I know he's quarterback probably, but he's the one who does quarterback school.
Quarterback school guy.
Yeah. And then I think he like went through his stuff and it's kind of like now people are coming up more and being like, the stuff he has is fixable, which I think all of us kind of knew that the part like we see a lot of the good stuff out of JJ McCarthy. And actually, you know what? We'll wait to jump into all of that stuff because I don't want to jump into JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a whole segment here.
Yeah. But all that was being said was to come back in this one against the Packers in Lambeau because regardless of his accuracy being off or whatever, one thing that has been apparent this season, and we'll see if it holds up, is JJ McCarthy has played his best 2 games, whether it was in all 4 quarters or not, at away games in the division, beating the Bears and the Lions in those situations. So I guess that's kind of like the thing that we have hope for as far as like JJ McCarthy coming in and, doing what he can to at the very least not lose us the game, which I think for most Viking fans, that's kind of where we're at with him, where you're just like, obviously we want to see progression from him, but we want him to be mistake-free, do what he's got to do to help win games instead of like, making boneheaded mistakes that obviously can lose, which mostly comes from turnovers.
Right. I mean, and it's not going to get much easier because you already played in Detroit, get that, but you're going into a hostile environment, Green Bay, legendary stadium. I mean, a team that the home crowd has been pretty frustrated so far with how they've been playing at Lambeau. So it's a game that they're really going to want to win. So, I mean, if we want to find a way to win this game and get a 3-game win streak at Lambeau, the best version of this team needs to show up offensively and defensively. Defense has been really stepping up, giving the offense chances the last couple weeks here, but the offense just hasn't been doing enough. And a lot of that does go on the shoulders of the quarterback.
Yep. And so, obviously a big game. I mean, we're at a point in the season where I feel like everything is just the progression of JJ McCarthy. You're hoping to see progression as far as even just simply winning games. But before continuing on here, let's do some shout outs. We have Bob Swede in in the building 4 minutes early. My guy, Gary, our dude. Sup, SKOL mates? What's going on, my guy, Gary? Salute the Vikings. Up, guys? Sorry I can't tap on tonight. I'm at an event. Hey, don't worry, brother. So can't make it. Hey, you're good, dude. Hey, we appreciate you popping in anyways. Yeah. Hey, come in, say what's up. Throw a like at us. You know all those things. Speaking of that, we could use some more likes if y'all want to tap that like button. Appreciate it.
It's easy. It's free. Why not?
Free.
Nick. I remembered you, Nick. It's good.
Alex Palmer, welcome in. Go Pack Go. Welcome in. Hey, that's another thing. I said one thing that's been apparent so far is JJ McCarthy winning away games in the division. Another thing that's been apparent, or I guess, a pattern, is the Vikings beating the Packers of recent. And I think that's going to keep going today. And SKOL Mafia, our guy, what up, Mafia? Adam, dude, what's going on, Adam? Hey, I have to go check my mail, because usually they drop it out the door. Sometimes they drop it into like a mailbox thing, but I know you sent that on like Monday or something. His book, by the way, Adam has a new book, his second book, I believe, that came out pretty recently. So y'all should go check out that. Adam, actually, if you have a link, dude, you should drop that link. If you're still in here, you should drop that link in here for sure. What 2 options to join lives there? Oh yeah. Casey answered that earlier. Angel Dust Senior. Obviously, we have you on here a lot. What's going on, my dude? What's going on? Who else we got in here? George Blunt in the building. 58 here, Bob. 58. What? I'm so confused there. So 58.
They're talking about the temperature where they.
Oh, that's what it is.
They've literally been doing that since the beginning of time. But
I've
finally pick up on that.
I didn't. Hey, I'm not the most aware person, but the only thing I'm aware of is every time it says 69, I'm like, what are y'all talking about over there?
At least it's not 67. Can I say something? My 4-year-old nephew 6'7" last night.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed where this world is going, man. I'm afraid.
Norris, what's going on, dude? Yeah, dude, Norris, it's actually been a minute, bro. It's actually been a minute. But no, that's with the kids thing. That's like people talk to all the kids are doing it. I'm not, other than my kid who's can't even talk yet. I'm not around little kids, and now there's just videos coming up all over the place with kids being kids are all over. They're eating it up. The young kids are eating it up.
Does anybody know what it actually is?
The young kids so I kind of do. So there was a song, I forgot who it was. Someone made a rap song where they said 6'7", and then some people, I don't know if it's a ton of people, some people started saying it. And then there's one video of these kids at like a basketball game or something that said it, and it went like super viral. I think it went viral from like a cringe standpoint, but it went super viral, and then I don't know if like little kids must have just jumped on it or something. I don't even know. But that's what I know about it so far. Cause I had to look at after South Park, I tried looking into it, and I'm like, people are basically saying like, it literally doesn't mean anything.
Right. Like I was watching like this guy watching YouTube, and he said it's almost comparable to like the SpongeBob thing, where it's like, it's funnier than 24, 25. We'll just pick a random number and find it funny.
Yeah, that's literally what it is. Yeah. Thoughts on 9? Dude's going to be a monster. I don't care what anybody says. We saw JJ McCarthy for what is it? Like 55 minutes of that last game, but 9 came out for the last 5 minutes, dude. It's in there. We just need, that's a problem. We just need to see more of 9. Like, let 9 lose more. We're seeing too much JJ McCarthy. That's my thoughts on 9. Because I don't care what anybody says, and we can even jump into some JJ. I mean, we're kind of on the topic anyways. We can talk more about it. But that's the thing with JJ McCarthy. Like, everybody's talking about, like, oh, they're comparing him to, can he be the Josh Allen? Which I understand. Like, okay, what's the odds that he can be Josh Allen? People say he's more likely to be Josh Rosen. But all I'm saying, for a guy that's coming in and not throwing, being very accurate and things like that, I still like, I've been trying to look for a stat, but nobody has. Someone always randomly throws out a clutch stat, but I guarantee you none of these quarterbacks these young quarterbacks, even the Josh Allens, the Josh Rosens, all these other quarterbacks that started off have probably the clutch throws that JJ McCarthy has, and being able to come back the way JJ McCarthy has in these games yet.
Two-tone with the take of the day here.
He will be better than Josh Allen, in my opinion.
All right, let's
go. But that's the thing with JJ McCarthy. It's like like what with Kevin O'Connell said, where he's like, he's got the stuff. It's just like, he's a guy who sucks at throwing the ball so far for the most part at this point, especially last game, but he throws well and plays his best football in the biggest moments in the divisional games against at away divisional. I don't know, but it's just the fact that he can do those things is the reason why I'm like, I just don't know how it's hard to jump off the bandwagon. When he says 9, I'm like, you're talking about a 22-year-old first year quarterback who was hurt for a full year, and he's beaten the Lions on a dagger throw. He put us ahead against Chicago with a 4th down conversion to Jordan Addison and then a touchdown to Jordan Addison and all those little things. So I do think that's why I'm like, he's like, that's the kind of stuff you drool to have in your quarterback someday. Obviously you need the rest of the stuff, but still. So that's the part where it's just like, for me, it's just like, if he can get all of it else he has like what you want in a quarterback, but he just needs to get all that other stuff together.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize, like, because I know Dan Orlovsky was talking about the mechanics and all that. Like, I didn't realize when they talked about the Josh Allen stuff, that's what a lot of people compare him to, how Josh Allen went through a lot of the same issues early on. But like, I didn't realize that all the work he did that offseason, right, to get like the to like have like he had to there's some sort of like sports scientist he was working with, like a new quarterback coach. Like, it was literally like a full offseason worth of all this different stuff just to get the mechanics down. And literally just like, because that's the thing, like if you're thinking about your mechanics mid-play, then your mind's not fully on the play, and that might be a big reason why he's late on some of these throws or misses a read or has to throw it too hard. Because like I think that's what Delton was saying on Monday, like he has to throw it too hard because he's late to the route. So it's like, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that does come with reps, but
right.
We also might need to realize that like we just need to see some progression, but eventually like it's going to be something that he's going to have to work towards this offseason, like throughout the offseason, because you can't. From what it sounds like, it's almost stuff that can't be 100% corrected in season here. And he's been dealing with the injury up till this year. So there's a lot going on. I mean, so yeah, we still need to see some progression, but also might need to realize it's not going to be perfect this year. And it's probably going to carry over next year. But still, that doesn't excuse the fact that we have to start seeing something, right? The accuracy's got to get up. The turnovers need to stop. I mean, you got to have a game where you're clean on turnovers. It has to happen sometime soon. So like realizing there's growth, but also realizing
you need to see progression.
You need to start seeing some progression. Otherwise, it's not going to get easier for him from a fan base or a pressure from the front office perspective to start succeeding.
Yeah, you don't want the Josh Allen thing where it's just like he sucked the whole year, and then obviously everything's come out about what he did that next offseason, and he did take a giant leap the following season after that. But with JJ McCarthy, like we want to see progression, specifically in his accuracy, like even like his touch and stuff like that. Like obviously you want to see that, but right now I don't really care about his touch that much. I'm like, just get the ball in the right near your player. Like that's all I care about right now. So I want to see progression there. Obviously JJ McCarthy came out and said that he thinks it's like I don't know if he actually said it, but like the analogy with champagne bottle. She said the words. Yep. So the champagne bottle, like
he just said, I feel like I'm a cork ready to pop.
Yeah. Like okay. So cork ready to pop. So I love that. So it's just with all this noise going on, and I'm not sure if you saw the little clip with Justin Jefferson today.
I watched his press conference.
Yeah. So Justin Jefferson comes out and just talks about like, he knows JJ McCarthy is probably you can't go on ESPN. Sorry. You can't go on ESPN without seeing yourself on there. So JJ McCarthy would literally have to put himself under a rock to not hear any noise. And Justin Jefferson talked about how he makes sure that he's the guy the guy that JJ McCarthy can talk to and all that stuff, making sure he's all good. But to hear all that noise coming on, because, of course, after the whole 9 thing and all of that, JJ McCarthy comes out here and has his worst game last weekend against the Bears. So that makes us know, we knew he's listening to the noise, and part of it makes you feel like he's been inaccurate. But in my opinion, Mafia, he's been inaccurate, but in my opinion, like that last game felt even worse than we've seen before. He was missing worse than he was before. So it made me wonder if he's getting some of that noise in there. So I like to see JJ McCarthy come back and then say something like, oh, I think it's a cork to that's about to pop, just because I just think that shows that he's still confident. It shows confidence. You need your quarterback to be confident, especially with all this hate going on here.
Yeah, and I do like what O'Connell said too about like the cement starting to dry, where basically it's like a lot of the stuff that you're doing, like you got to start seeing that happen more consistently within the game.
Yeah,
and that's where like a lot of like what Nick is talking about with the footwork and everything. That's where a lot of that comes in. 999 from Mafia here. Mafia, if you go look, there should be another option to have just our normal layout. If you go look, if I back out of this and go look, there should be 2 different options for it. Find the one without the little like phone emoji after the title. There, you'll find the regular one.
Yeah, we have the regular one. So I mean, we're gonna try it a couple times. We're just trying to test it out. I mean, maybe it ends up not being worth it, but yeah, there's two options. We have our regular one, and then we have this one. So obviously, it could be a little confusing at sometimes too.
For sure. Yep. No, it's not definitely not your fault. It's just something we're just trying here. But yeah, if you don't like it,
I know Gary doesn't though, because he doesn't like people talking in two different things here, which
is fair.
Yeah, which definitely can happen, as it looks like. Speaking of that, Jane Smith, how come I see? Yeah, I don't think we get all of the names popping in here either. Jane Smith, welcome in, by the way. Anyways, so I don't know. So what I was gonna say even earlier though about JJ McCarthy is just like, it's kind of crazy that the biggest topic is just JJ McCarthy, and it's interesting to see why. I don't know if it's all the hype before the season. I don't know if it's because all the hype after the Bears game, all the hype after the Lions game, but I was kind of surprised because I know Shedeur Sanders, I thought Shedeur Sanders would probably get the most hate out of anybody, and it's early for him, but he's starting this week. So I thought the topic would be like mostly about him starting. He played last week. Obviously it was his first start. But did not look good during that time. Had not a first start, but first time playing. So obviously he gets a full week, all that kind of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with Sanders, whether he does well or not, and to see if he pulls any of this pressure off of JJ McCarthy.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. We'll look into it. I mean, we'll see.
What's that?
Getting rid of the other option for live streams. We'll see. We'll talk about it.
Who's that, Gary?
No, that was Bleeding Purple.
Oh, Bleeding Purple. Why, you guys don't like what is the main thing? Is it?
Well, I think it's just the chat portion.
You just don't like to be separated in
which
chats?
I'm sure they'll integrate at some point when they kind of get some reviews and feedback on it. But
which I don't know. I don't know if it really does a ton for us anyway. So I'm not really. We might as well see how it all works out.
Yeah, but anyway, I mean we talk. I mean, I know that T-Bass hates it. We talk about JJ McCarthy all the time. Like, obviously it's a big talking point. I mean, coming into the season, it was the biggest thing to talk about on this team because we knew we were bringing back pretty much the same offense, some guys, bringing in some new guys on the offensive line, bringing in the same, bringing in some big hitters on the defense that haven't worked out to this point. Like, but coming into the season, the main question is looking at the roster was, how does the quarterback play? And you could say that we would have won a few more games, even with Wentz, where if the quarterback play was just a touch better, right? And even with McCarthy, it all comes down to just hitting some. Like, if you just take away 3 of those misses and get 2 of those drops, it could be a completely different game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I wonder are we even getting some of these messages on our board? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe we should.
I mean, it's not just us. I mean, I've seen a lot of other channels that are streaming.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see. So yeah, I see you, Darren. I see you, my man. Okay, my bad. Yeah. So definitely. I mean, if you guys want to, obviously, you guys can go and jump in this one too. So we can do that. But anyways, so anything else, I guess, on JJ McCarthy? I mean, obviously, we're gonna get into him why we need to win the game and da. But as far as just like the general thing with him, I would just say, obviously bad game last week. We've seen better from him, especially at stretches. That's the thing. And that's another thing they talk about. It's like you'll see one throw where you're just like, that's an amazing throw. And then the next one will be completely off, which is just kind of weird, I think. Yeah. Last 3 games, what's going on, Delton? Jones, 34, 195, 5.7 average. Mason, 20, 126.3 out together, 54. Yeah, I know.
What are you saying? I'm kidding. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't know. What are you trying to say, Delton? That we need to run the ball less? But yeah, so overall, hopefully we see JJ McCarthy step it up this week, but I don't know. It is interesting to me to see like how talked about it is.
It is, yeah. It's wild, absolutely wild.
But I'm sure we're gonna talk more about him again.
Right,
Obviously.
and it's just heightened again by the way that Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold were playing. I mean, those two, I think they've combined for 11 turnovers the last 2 weeks. So I mean, maybe they're kind of
that's calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
That's funny. He has his worst week and he calms down. It's so funny because what was the thing? Obviously, it's PFF, but there was like 5 quarters. Like, dude, this was like Justin Herbert was fucking complete ass, and he's considered one of the best quarterbacks, and he's been in the league for 6 years. So it's just like it's so obviously like I don't know. That's what's crazy to me is one thing quarterbacks are gonna have bad games, but it's like JJ McCarthy wasn't even the worst quarterback last week. Probably missed the easiest throws, I'm sure, but still. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyways. Anything else on JJ McCarthy?
No, I guess let's move on to injuries.
You want to bring this up because this is going to be interesting, especially, I mean, even for the Packers.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess starting with us, I mean, the huge for Christian Darrisaw, full Wednesday, DNP Friday. We'll practice tomorrow, going to the game with no designation. This is big on this front here. Will Fries, Jonathan Grenard, both from DNP to limited, which goes a long way towards that full offensive line we've been hoping to see. Aaron Jones, full, going to be good to go. Big one. Ryan Kelly coming back from the concussion. Really feels like he's going to play this Sunday. So if the Will Fries injury turns around and he's able to put in at least a solid day of practice tomorrow, we may finally, for the first time this year, get that offensive line together completely.
Which I don't know if that's a good thing. I think
it's the best this Vikings injury report has looked all year long. It's amazing to see.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It sucks that, I wish we could have just beat the Bears. Like, it sucks like we're going to have a fully healthy team and we got to win like every game.
But I mean, hey, but if you want to see if your quarterback can succeed, it's best to see it with a healthy roster, and that's going to help the most, especially getting Ryan Kelly back, who maybe can take some of those, the calls at the line of scrimmage away from McCarthy. I mean, obviously McCarthy still checks and everything, but it might be able to help with some of the protection calls and stuff. Having a veteran center in there to take care of
that's got to be huge, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
Yeah, dude, we could have. Wait, go back up. So we could have a full. I mean, there's a decent chance we don't have anybody on the injury going in.
Yeah, I mean, Grenard. I do think Grenard and Fries will both be questionable.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Grenard, I don't know. I feel like that one's might be a week away.
It might be
personally, but we'll see. Moving on to the Packers.
One thing I wanted to say real quick before jumping into the Packers. Oh, nothing about the injury specifically, but Dwight McGlothern being cut today. That's interesting. Corners? Yeah, I don't know what's like. We got some sort of hubris with our cornerbacks.
I mean, are they maybe? I mean, are they? Do they want? I mean, because Jay Ward can play corner. Are they thinking to get him some time at corner, which would be weird, I guess? Unless I don't know.
I don't know, but all I know is next year we gotta get some fucking more quarterbacks. Yeah, I know some. So. Yeah, Vaughn, dude. Yeah, bring up Vaughn.
Is he even on the practice squad? I thought we cut him. I thought we cut him outright.
No, we did. We did put him on the practice squad.
Did we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
And I don't know if we've made any moves since then. Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
Oh yeah, I guess so. I didn't realize we did that.
Do you have Murphy on there too still?
Who?
Gabriel Murphy.
No, I think we do. Yeah, I think we were able to get him back, weren't we?
I think so.
Yes. Yeah, he's on the practice squad too. Okay. But
anyways, yeah.
Moving on to the Packers. We got Carl Brooks, 2 straight days DNP, as well as Nate Hobbs. Josh Jacobs, that's huge for them.
Come on, Nick. Let's get some optimism in here. That's funny though.
Taking a good step.
What's wrong with Fries? LOL plays for the Vikings, Gary. All right. Anyways.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs. I mean, that's kind of big. Move up to limited. I think they said he's just doing some inside work. 2 straight DNPs for Quay Walker. Savion Williams moved from DNP to limited. Wide receiver there. Bullard, Edrin Cooper, Romeo. I think I'm supposed to say Romeo Dobbs, not Dr. Mio Dobbs, but whatever. I'll move or stay in his limited participation. Matthew Golden, limited participant. Man, they got a lot of guys on here. That's a huge list. Holy shit.
Jordan Love,
full participation. But obviously, I mean, it doesn't feel like any of these guys are really in danger of missing with 2 straight limited days.
The big one was Josh Jacobs,
Luke
and
Van Ness might come back.
Yeah, even he might come back this week.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs is the big one here.
Which I need to talk some shit because someone in my fantasy league in Jake, I'll just say his name because he deserves it. Jake in my fantasy league, none of you guys know who he is, but he dropped like $30 on Wilson, and then
Now
he
might come back.
Yeah, and he was like, and we're just like, why would you do that for a rental or whatever? And he's just like, I don't even know. So if he comes back, it would be even funnier for me.
That would be
personally.
But I mean, the big part of this is like when you look at the Vikings, that's a damn clean injury report, especially with how this year has gone. It's just nice to see that. Nice to see that happen.
Yo, Norse. Again, real quick. There's two. If you go to our channel, there should be two options, unless. Yeah, there should be two options. I'm like, unless like this is the only option they give to mobile, but I doubt it. So there should be two options where you can go and pick the other one to get our regular size screen.
Yeah, the one that's the vertical view, it's gonna have a little like phone emoji
Next
after the title.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe next one we'll just go back to just doing our.
Yeah, it feels like that's the consensus.
Yeah, at this point.
Do that. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, there we go. There he got it. And he got
70?
over.
Will the throw from 70? Let's see it.
I could see it. All right. Keys to victory. Injuries. Josh Jacobs. Vikings potentially almost completely healthy. The offensive line completely healthy for the first time this season. On the other side of the ball, a long list. I'm sure there's going to be some guys that don't play. The big one is Josh Jacobs as far as like watching to see who ends, whether he plays or not, which I don't know. I'd be surprised if he does, but we'll see. Jumping into our keys to victory, starting with number 5, and that is win the turnover battle. I mean, it doesn't get more obviously less complicated than this. We basically have lost the turnover battle in almost every single game this year. I mean, I don't even know which ones we haven't. Like the Bengals, the Lions. Did we win that turnover battle? We had one against Montgomery, I think.
Yeah.
So probably not, because I know JJ McCarthy threw an interception.
Right. I mean, we just haven't forced turnovers. Like
at
all this year, which is wild.
So it's like both sides of things.
Yeah.
And it's just like and obviously last week we did a lot better with penalties for the most part. But penalties and turnovers, like, dude, you're not going to win. I don't care who your quarterback is. I don't care. Like, if you're losing the turnover battle most of the time throughout a season, you're probably not winning a ton of games. So if we're going to beat a Packers team, that can definitely be tough, even though their offense has been a little off lately. I think this is one where it would be nice to win the turnover battle in this one. If we win the turnover battle, I feel a lot better about our chances.
Right. I mean, and honestly, like, let's be real. When it comes down to, I mean, because look, Kevin O'Connell, 33-4. I know it's when you either win or break even the turnover battle, yes, you have a greater chance to win. But Kevin O'Connell, 33-4, when that happens. And look, how can you even out if we don't force turnovers? You got to even out the turnovers. And let's be honest, this year that's all came down to quarterbacks, right? And this with JJ McCarthy, turnover problem, you can say that 100%. What does he have, like 8 or 9 turnovers this year or something like that? Like it needs like you got to come out and have a clean game when you're not turning the ball over. Like it has to happen soon. Like we got to just have a clean game.
You can miss some throws, but
but just don't give the other team opportunities.
Yeah,
so that's really what it comes. Like I mean, the defense, we'll see if they can force them, but it really does come down just from our team not committing them, and that does come down to the quarterback play this season. Because do our running backs even? I think Mason might have had a fumble or something like that. But
I think Mason. We had like a back-to-back weeks with Mason and what's his name? Vaughn, right? Isaiah Vaughn. No, that's someone else.
I don't remember. Whatever.
What the heck is his name? What's our third running back's name?
Oh, is it Scott? Xavier Scott.
Xavier Scott. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah,
Xavier Scott.
You were thinking of
you were Xavier. That's the Z's always throw me off. Xavier Scott. They back-to-back fumbles. What?
Doesn't name start with an X? Isn't Xavier with an X, not a Z?
Or whatever. Well, I mean, the same sound. Whatever. Same sound.
This is why we shouldn't drink alcohol during the shows, man.
This is why I talk about sports and not like other shit.
So I'm not a teacher, okay?
That's why I'm not a teacher. Okay? That's why.
What do they say? I'm not a words major. Is that what?
If you can't teach, I don't even know what the rest of that was.
Whatever. We're off the rails here. Let's get it back on track. Offense needs to stay in drive to keep the defense fresh. We'll talk about that later for sure.
It is a Z. It is Z for Xavier Scott.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. You were right. I'm shocked.
Man, I need to drink more. Jamie is that tired.
That's why he's drinking.
I'm doing all right. This is me normal. So when I'm tired, that's when I'm good. Or maybe even worse. You haven't seen me that tired, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, keep on.
Pretty sure you're pretty tired of a SKOL Fest week.
Yeah, I was like dead tired the whole time.
Yeah,
we still did it. We still did it. Yeah. Gary keeping us up till like 3 a.m. on day one.
On day one, set the tone for the entire week.
Yeah.
But anyway, turnovers. Don't commit them. Force turnovers. Win the game. Okay, I love it.
At least that's a good starting point. But there's a lot more that we need to do in this one. We talked about it, and that is run defense. Obviously, we talk about it literally every other week that we need to stop the run, because the other week we do amazing. And people say our run defense it's hard to say. It's really tough for me to be like, our run defense has been complete ass all year, because it's not true. It's just every other week it's complete ass against average ass running backs. And that's the thing, is we've been great against like these stud backs, the Gibbs, the Saquon Barkleys, the Derrick Henrys. Like, we've been good against those guys, but it's been the Gainwells, the
Vidal.
Yeah, Vidal's. I mean, Swift is, he's average to me. So and this week, that's why you might not have Josh Jacobs, which is a huge benefit for us. But at the same time, it's the Wilsons that's been the ones to beat us. So AKA, whether Josh Jacobs is in there or not, if Josh Jacobs is in there, obviously you got to stop him. If he's not out in there, you still got a game plan around Wilson. You still need to stop the run. I think either way, like, Wilson is a trap, I feel like, for this defense. So no matter what, go in and make stopping the run part of your game plan.
Yeah. Darren, he was upgraded to questionable today, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. I feel like that's crazy. You usually don't see like people say, oh, he's going to be out for pretty much at least this week, maybe 2 to 3, and then he plays. But it happens sometimes.
You haven't finished those yet, Gary? Come on, man.
That blue Coker steal my garage. Dang. We better get back over there, Gary.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I mean, that's huge. I mean, that's been where we kind of been hurt the most, is just letting those running backs gash us. And then eventually that opens up the pass game when we try to, tighten up the box, put more people in the box, and they're able to hit us in the pass game, because, I mean, let's be real, our corners aren't the greatest, especially when it comes to covering. And now we have less than we even had to start the year. So, I mean, that's the number one thing. I mean, stop their run game. They have some talented receivers there, of course, but I mean, everything that they do is based off that run game. So,
yeah. And I mean,
if Jacobs plays, it's not an easy task. Jacob's a damn good running back.
Right. And just even our defense in general, though, obviously in this one, because I think this is the only. So just talking about our defense a little bit deeper in this one. Like Casey said, our cornerbacks haven't been great. The last 2 weeks, obviously our whole defense has really stepped up for the most part these last 2 weeks. Not even a question. I'm hoping that fire, obviously you're against the Packers and Lambeau, I think that fire is going to stay there. But the big one the last 2 weeks is we haven't allowed the big, huge plays, the ones that we did allow to AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. I know Jameson Williams. I mean, even Laporta, like, those haven't happened the last 2 weeks. And we do have to be careful with this one, because even though it might take Christian Watson, maybe 4 or 5 chances to actually catch a ball, when he does a lot of the times, it's deep. So this is a guy, and he had 2 touchdowns last week. With him back in the lineup, you do have to watch him. It looks like Matthew Golden is another one of those wide receiver 2 guys, in my opinion, so far. He's definitely not stepped up the way everybody wanted him to be that. I think now they just got 5 wide receiver 3 wide receiver 2s now. So I'm not super worried about we faced a lot more difficult wide receivers than that this year. So yeah, just don't stop the run, and then don't get beaten deep. And I do think Watson's the guy a lot of people are highlighting, mostly because recency bias from last week.
And I feel like corners shouldn't want to be drafted by the Vikings anymore.
Oh, you're going there? You're going there?
I mean,
but our Chris Boyd,
He's fine now, but
He's fine. He's good.
I don't know. I just if I was a corner, I just don't think you'd want to be drafted by the Vikings right now. It's just bad, terrible, awful. Like
speaking of that though, like great. Hey, good thing I know Chris Boyd. I think he left here kind of on bad terms. I know we saw last year that he like pushed his coach in Houston. But either way, I always liked Chris Boyd for the most part. He was a special team stud for us for a little while there. So thank God for him to get through his whole ordeal with the gunshot and everything.
For sure.
But still, that's wild. That's funny. But yeah, I know. So I don't know. Going to number 3. So basically, that's defense. Stop the run. Number 3, this is a big one. Darrison O'Neal versus Parsons and Gary. They have about 15 sacks combined.
Yeah, I think Parsons has 8. Gary's got 7.5.
But Casey, what's your thoughts on just this? I guess.
I mean, if you want your quarterback to be successful in an offense that likes to pass the ball, as we know, which we'll get into in a bit here, but like, you got to be able to stop their pass rush. And they 2 guys, 1 on each end. I mean, obviously the big trade for Parsons, which every Vikings fans was devastated when that happened. But on the bright side of things, Christian Darrisaw has done amazing against the best edge rushing talent in the league so far this year. And this was before he was even like 100% healthy, which it doesn't even sound like he is. I mean, first week back, takes on Trey Hendrickson, holds him to nothing. TJ Watt eventually kind of made some noise there, but overall, I don't think TJ Watt had a sack, right? He's had that interception.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, he still muddied up the pocket, but still like kept him in check. Myles Garrett didn't really have a big impact in that game.
Didn't at all.
Christian Darrisaw has played against the best, and he's done a damn good job so far this year. Brian O'Neill has had some ups and downs. I know he's dealt with some injuries as well, but he's going to have, he's going to have his hands full with Rashawn Gary. But I feel like against those top tier edge rushers, our offensive line has done a pretty damn good job this year. So again, it's a huge matchup. I mean, Micah Parsons, there's a reason he got traded for all those draft picks and got that big contract. Again, when you look at that defense and you're circling guy number 1 to watch out for, it is literally number 1 on their team, and that is Micah Parsons. So that's going to be the game plan. Stop Micah. If Rashawn Gary beats you, Rashawn Gary beats you. Micah Parsons cannot.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much nothing else there. Just you got to stop those guys, and you got to protect JJ McCarthy. And now we talked about it earlier. We might have a fully healthy offensive line for the first time this season. Give him a clean pocket, but JJ McCarthy, obviously, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about him again. But, make your throws when you have good protection. I think that's probably the most annoying thing last week, is that the protection was so fucking good and we're just missing throws.
Yeah. And now, for all you run the football folk, we go on to number 2, and that is efficiency on offense.
Everywhere. So efficiency on offense. We're talking Kevin O'Connell. This is so obviously, I think it's not news to anybody that the Vikings offense hasn't, not even just JJ McCarthy, because obviously Wentz, I mean, it's been a carousel of quarterbacks earlier on. Well, not really. I guess it's only 2, but we've had Wentz in there for a while, but our offense hasn't came close to being as good as it should be with this amount of talent, regardless of who your quarterback is. And as far as this goes, this is kind of Kevin O'Connell, starting with him and putting your quarterback in a good situation from a play calling standpoint. Last week, a lot of people, maybe not a lot, but some people are trashing Kevin O'Connell for his play calling, and me and Casey felt completely different. We felt like he called a good game. It was obviously more of an execution problems, though. When you go back and you kind of look at it in a point of view of like, but you need to kind of call plays around your young quarterback that's struggling out there. And as far as the up tempo thing, and some of these short slants and things like that was kind of working down the stretch for JJ McCarthy. And that's with Kevin O'Connell in this one, and which also means running the ball more. But that is just Kevin O'Connell making play calling around JJ McCarthy. I think is probably more important at this point than play calling, just his general play calling, I guess. Like, you need to cater to your quarterback compared to, like, I guess your play calling you would do. I don't want to say to win a game, but like, you just have to change things up to make things.
And that is one thing I thought would be even better coming into this year, right? Because like, look, I understand people were pissy in the Josh Dobbs starts because he like tried to run the same offense as Josh Dobbs. Like mid-season, with what happened that year, you're not going to try to revamp your entire offense. I did think we'd come in this year with a better plan.
I'll get back
how we're going to operate the offense with JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
And I just, And I think that does, like, you had plenty of time to plan for that. We just didn't do it. So I just think we need to see a little bit more of, now, again, knowing your quarterback strengths and weaknesses, how can you adjust things to put him in more comfortable situations? And yes, that does start off with run the football more. Like, that's really all it comes down to.
Yep. And last week we did a better job. We were down. I do think we could have probably ran even more. What Delton said, like, our running game has there. Aaron Jones has like a lot of us, I'm not calling any names out, but a lot of us were kind of out on Aaron Jones in the comparison to Jordan Mason thing. And Aaron Jones has come in just revived ever since coming back from this injury, and he looks really good out there. Jordan Mason has also stepped up actually in the last couple of weeks as well. So definitely run the ball a lot there. And not just that. So running the ball, all of those things, but efficiency on offense, we got to go to our pass catchers. They need to grab the ball. I get it. JJ McCarthy might throw too hard sometimes, but you're a wide receiver in the NFL. I've never once, this is the first time I ever like heard people give the excuse to pass catchers because the quarterback throws too hard. And now it's just, I get the touch thing. I get it, but come on, you should be catching those. So hopefully that's another one there. And then of course, we'll get into number one here. I'll answer this real quick. JJ's doing great. Actually, literally right when we, like 5 minutes before we were starting here, we were putting down for a nap, and he didn't want to take the nap, but it was the first time he sat up by himself. So he's laying down, which is like, obviously you want him to nap. And then he just figured, he pushed himself up for the first time, sit on a sit, and then
like straight up like just Undertaker.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then after that, we knew that he wasn't about to nap. So that's the negative side, but the good side. So anyways, overall, JJ's doing good. That's another thing too. This is what I told my friend today. The sucky thing about JJ McCarthy is if it doesn't work out, I don't see the Vikings ever drafting another JJ ever again.
Yeah.
Right, he might be the last JJ Viking ever, which obviously, will kill us. But yeah, no, overall great. But speaking of more JJ here in efficiency on offense, that's efficiency from your quarterback. And JJ McCarthy's accuracy, progression of his accuracy, Casey. What do you think here, man? This is kind of where this is what needs to happen, right?
It's just progression in general. Like, it's just seeing him, like, a lot of the stuff they're talking about, a lot of the mechanical things he's working on, a lot of what Kevin O'Connell's saying, just want to see the cement dry on the work that they're doing. It's just seeing him. It almost is just, again, like we talked about last week, play calm, just play football, like just get back to just like, and that's what Justin Jefferson said today too. Like, I just got to tell him, just go back and just play ball, just play like you were in college, just be calm, like don't overthink things, just go out there and play football. You've been doing it since you were a kid. It's almost just play more free. Don't play so tense. Like, loosen up a little bit. And it's a normal thing you say to everybody when they're playing sports. But again, you just need to see things start to happen more. Otherwise, the questions, the noise, the ESPN stuff, social media. I mean, I don't know. Justin Jefferson mentioned something about messages he's been getting, so I'm sure he's probably getting some stuff through social media as well, because we know how fans can be, especially ours, unfortunately. But like, you just unless you start fixing things, all this stuff is only going to get amplified. And there's not for Vikings fans, there's not a game on the schedule that you can screw up more than playing at Lambeau Field against the Packers. Like, if you turn the ball over how many times and they win by 20-30, Vikings fans are going to be pissed. Like, it's Packers week, right? So like this is a huge moment for him just to show he can do a little something consistently. And that's what we need to see. And a big part of that too is not turning the damn ball over. Like, that does need to stop. Like, you expect it from rookies, but it's getting a little out of hand here, and it's a lot of that does come down to just decision making. And like, again, you don't want to be timid. Like, you don't want him just to take sacks, you don't throw a pick. Like, you still got to be aggressive, but also Kevin O'Connell needs to put him in some better spots. But we just need to start seeing everything we're hearing that's good during practice show up on the field, because that practice doesn't fucking matter. It's what you do on game day. And we haven't seen enough of that translate over. We've been hearing good things, but we haven't seen it translate yet in a complete 4 quarters of a football game. Like, he's probably played 4 good quarters so far throughout his career.
Hey, it's better than that.
We have to see it. And that's another thing too. It's like, and this goes back to O'Connell, like, put some up tempo in there just so he can be free flowing. Like, yeah, of
Right.
course you can't go up tempo all game long. It's not feasible. But mix it in there a little bit. And that is, again, that you want to bitch about O'Connell, like that does go back to that. It does go back to putting your quarterback in better spots. Like, you can't square peg round hole him at this point in his career where he's just dropping back and throwing 42 times a game. That just ain't gonna work. We've seen that happen. It doesn't work. So I don't know. It's a team effort. But it's coach and quarterback. Like, that's the big thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing, Dan, by the way, and Norris, you're still in there. Dan and Norris, again, if you guys want, everybody else is in that other chat. So if you guys want to switch over to that other one, you definitely can. We have 2. If you go to our channel, we have 2 streams up. You guys can definitely jump into our normal one that's not like this view. Even though this exact view that we have right now with like McCarthy on here and stuff actually looks a lot better on the vertical version than our other view looks on the vertical version.
See, I'm looking at the vertical version right now. It's just normal. It's just us.
What do you mean?
Like, I'm looking at it up. Like, it's just, there's no like McCarthy visual. It's just us.
Was it really?
That's
oh,
what I see,
weird.
at least.
Oh, weird. Do you see it? Because on the left here, it kind of shows. You don't see that? Okay. Anyways, whatever.
That looks good actually on this side, but it's not like that on the.
Yeah, it might not even be like that. Yeah, that's all I was saying. So with JJ McCarthy, like everything you said, obviously exactly right. We need to get him. We need a plan around him. We need to get him comfortable, things like that. Though overall, like that's one thing about him. Like even he missed. That's the thing about him. Is like he missed how many he missed like 5 or 6 terrible throws like in a row, and he still didn't look super rattled. There's games where he's getting smacked in the mouth and he's like still doesn't look too rattled, which is crazy. He still looks comfortable and confident out there, which is interesting, especially obviously when he comes down and scores when it really matters and makes throws when it really matters. You'd think most quarterbacks who, are having the worst game so far would just completely crumble for the rest of the game. That hasn't been the case for JJ McCarthy so far. But the one thing about JJ McCarthy, and we've talked about this especially earlier in the season, like let JJ McCarthy play his game type of thing. But you're wondering like can he? Because obviously with Kevin O'Connell, like I'm assuming Kevin O'Connell is like the fundamentals and stuff is priority number 1 for him. So that means JJ McCarthy, you can't play your game because you can't fuck up you can't take back steps from the fundamentals. Right. And I think that's when people.
Yeah, that's fair. Because that's
people
kind of like
argue.
Because that's what that's what Justin Fields wanted to do with the Bears. Like he wanted to play his game, which was just running. And you can't necessarily let them do. So that's
long term. And they're right because Justin Fields, you couldn't do that long term. And that's a hard part about it is like, that's the thing with JJ McCarthy. It's like, you kind of like, you almost need to go through these lumps. Like you have to go through these lumps because you can't like JJ McCarthy. If he went back and played the way he did in Michigan, he might be a better quarterback right now for us. Like if you just, I don't know, maybe like obviously you made some big changes. Like maybe you can't go back to that. I don't know. But if you didn't change anything with JJ McCarthy on fundamentals like that, he might be looking better right now. Right. But obviously that's not the long-term play. So that's the hard part with JJ McCarthy is like, you can't just tell him like last week. It was really interesting to me that they kept him in the pocket the whole time. Like they didn't have any bootlegs. They didn't have nothing like that all game. They like, it's almost like they told him, you're focusing on fundamentals, even though he was missing everything. So that's a hard part. And I think that's a good argument and I don't agree with it. I think it's good for him to get real reps out there, but I can see how some people, that could be the challenge of real game reps when you're in between learning new mechanics is just that like wanting to go back to what you usually do in certain situations in real games compared to trying to stick to, the new mechanics that you're trying to learn and get better with.
And that is the balance of quarterback development, right? Like making them feel comfortable while also realizing like, hey, what you were doing at this point in your life isn't going to work in the NFL. So it's one of those things. Like, how do you balance like letting him play ball and like letting him get comfortable first and then adjusting as it goes on to like, well, we want you to learn now. Like it might suck for the first 6 games here, but if you fix it, your last 3 games could be amazing. going into the offseason, which brings us to the next season with people feeling a lot better about you. So again, and that all comes down to Kevin O'Connell's quarterback development plan, which we haven't gotten to see in full force yet. So that's the big thing. But I don't know. It's tough. And that's why there's that's why and that's a lot, like a big reason why some quarterbacks just don't work out. Because when you're drafted highly, like you have to adjust quicker. Like we said the same thing about Anthony Richardson in his draft. Like we knew he was going to be a top 5 pick, but also but a team that takes him, you can't put him out on the field right away. And what happened? They put him out on the field right away, and he faltered because he didn't adjust to the game, and he was just playing like it's just that's the hard thing with quarterbacks. When you take them as highly as they are, they come in like, oh well, you're the savior of the franchise, and you got to be ready to go in 2 years. And it doesn't always happen that way. Because you can't like the Green Bay Packer method does. That's not normal, right? It's not normal to have a guy waiting in the wings who's just going to step in and be MVP level again. Like, it just doesn't happen that way.
And that's probably that's probably what is going on behind closed doors is just the development of new mechanics. Because like I said, like the yin and yang of developing mechanics during actual gameplay is so tough when you're Anthony Richardson and you have you've gotten hit 3 times in a row and you can't complete a pass. Like to sit there and be like, all right, time to add another mechanical rep in instead of like just dodging a guy, running, throwing off your back foot across your body like you did in college. That type of thing where you're comfortable at.
Gary, ask me this question Washington Commanders week. Like the next 2 weeks on the road at Green Bay and then against Sam Darnold in Seattle, then you come back home against Washington. Ask me that week. I might, because for right now I still say I got to see more. But if I got to see way more. If you go through 2 games and we don't see any progression at all, then I'm going to start to question things, probably getting into that last stretch of the season.
Yeah, I would say, I don't know when to ask me. I would say for me, I want to say like, don't even ask me until the end of the season. But if we see 0 progress during that time, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
But if we see any progress, because that's the hard part, is
like it could take a few games still.
Yeah, but even
like significant development.
Yeah, definitely way too early now. It's way too early now. And as far as I don't know, you got to see if we see any sort of like legit progress, like we get to see exactly what he needs to do better. And we're going to hear it from everybody every single week. If he comes out and throws 65 to 70%, you're going to hear every single analyst out there break down his throws and say, oh yeah, this looks like it's like you're going to really see if he's improving or not. If he is improving, then you do not, I don't think you bring another guy in. And I still, to this day, like at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says. I know it's week 11, but he has 5 games under his belt, which is insane. Most people let someone have more than 5 games. Like, I don't think the Titans are talking about bringing someone in. Right. It's different. Our scenario is different because I think the next 2 years are really important to contend, but still.
I saw someone say like it's week 11. We're not seeing anything yet. Like, yeah, it's week 11, but he was out 6 weeks. Like, let's not have that talk. Like, that's just stupid. Like, that
makes no sense.
That was ESPN trying to like make a headline. I don't know.
Yeah, and it's the same people saying that JJ McCarthy's in his 2nd year and he sat after sitting his 1st year.
And North, we're on your side, and we're on your side with this for sure. Like we've been saying it forever, straight up. Like we just want to see, like we'll give him this season just to see.
Like you need, 5 games is fucking crazy, bro. And then you're talking about a guy, and I've mentioned it a million times. You're talking about a guy who has shown to be fucking clutch. This dude is throwing 50% of the time, only completing 50% of his passes, but he's completing like 75% of them, or at least when the game's on the line or something. Like that's so crazy.
The thing with Mac Jones is like, I believe he's still under contract. Didn't he sign a 2-year deal with San Fran? I thought someone said he still has a year left on that deal.
I'm not sure. Everybody's talking about
it. But in order to get him, like, look, here's the thing that would scare me with that. In order to get him, you'd have to trade draft picks. If Kwesi trades draft picks for another quarterback, that's not going to sit well with the fan base. And be like, well, if you have to go trade for another quarterback, obviously the guy you have isn't good enough.
Yeah.
So I don't think trading for Mac Jones is going to be a good idea for that reason, just because then it shows a complete lack of trust in the guy that you have. If you're spending draft capital to go get another quarterback. I did see something funny on Twitter though, where someone's like, here's what we need to do. JJ McCarthy bust, cut him. sign him again because Kevin O'Connell fixed first round bust quarterbacks. I'm like,
yeah,
brilliant.
no, it's like,
Genius.
yes, cut JJ McCarthy and then have then re-sign him and have Kevin O'Connell fix him.
Yeah, cut him, label him a bust,
yeah,
re-sign him, have Kevin O'Connell fix him like he does with all of their bust first.
That's hilarious. And we'll see. Mac Jones, like, that's another thing. I don't know. It depends on JJ McCarthy. Like, there's shit that JJ McCarthy has. And if you see any progression in his accuracy, I think we'll all be feeling fucking good about this kid. Because he has all the other shit that you want.
And it's not a 60%. 60% of your passes and Vikings fans are going to be like, "Oh damn." But you can't have the egregious misses. You can't be missing wide open.
Yeah, second round pick for Mac.
Addison.
Fuck no.
No, God no.
You're talking about a dude that obviously Kevin O'Connell can bring people back or whatever, but you're talking about a guy that considered a bust.
Some team will do it. Some team will do it because of how he played with San Francisco.
And somehow we couldn't get anything extra from Sam Darnold in a fucking trade.
Yeah, that'd have been a difference. Because this guy's already under. It was a different
situation, but still, now, like, I think that's one thing that kind of sucks is the way, other than last week, the way Sam Darnold's playing, and we couldn't get enough. Like, that's what he did to his draft stock in those last 2 games. Is now he's looking like the way he is. Like, you're like, what do you think someone would trade for Sam? Like, right now, let's say Sam Darnold is in the same exact situation today as he was last year, meaning his contract was up and we could do a sign and trade. We're getting at least a first round pick. Not even a question, right?
Yeah, but you're also like, that's 2 years of significantly good play.
Right. It's a different story, but it still hurts to get nothing.
No one's giving up picks for a guy like, I don't know, we could just get him in free agency if we really want him. And then someone did for $30 million, which is pretty damn cheap for quarterbacks right now.
Right. So that's the thing is, like, I actually don't know how many people, the fact that Sam Darnold got only 30 million shows I don't even know how many other teams, were chasing him and things like that, but
Clownell doesn't run West Coast, but Purdy and Jones are pretty decent at, yeah. And I think that I do think, like, again, a little more of that style would probably put McCarthy in a better spot too. But
give me Jameis. I don't know what his contract looks like.
Jameis. He's probably only on a 1 year.
If he's a free agent. Yeah,
but that's the thing, though. But he's one of those guys that the fans are gonna want to see play. Like, you gotta get one of those guys that they're like, I really don't want him to play football. I'd rather just watch JJ McCarthy struggle than watch that guy. Because if McCarthy comes out and sucks week 1, people are gonna be calling for Jameis because at least Jameis is fun to watch.
Yeah, but I think, like, dude, the pressure for, like, that's the shitty thing about JJ McCarthy right now is I think Kevin O'Connell. I think the pressure for O'Connell and Kwesi is it's on another level after this year. Like, the next 2 years are so important that if you bring a guy in to go against JJ McCarthy, I don't think it's the situation where you want JJ McCarthy to win that quarterback battle. Like, you probably do, but it's like a legit quarterback battle. Like, Mac Jones, if he's in there or whatever, and he looks like the better quarterback, like, he might be starting. Or, like, I don't know, like, they're going to want to win. I don't know. If JJ McCarthy doesn't start next year, I don't know if we see him next year unless of an injury or so that guy really sucks or something.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting, but
I don't know.
These next, what, 7 games? I don't think we have left.
Jimmy's going to give you 5. Wait, Jimmy's going to give you 5. Oh, wait. Jimmy's going to give you 5.
Jameis.
Jameis. I thought you said Jameis. I'm like, 5 touchdowns. I ain't getting no interception. I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10 tutties and 0 interceptions there. That's another thing with Jameis too. Is that's the same shit. Like, Jameis he isn't gonna take Mac Jones. You think Mac Jones is gonna be Sam Darnold? Like, that'd be crazy. It's possible. I would not trade a second. Yeah, second round pick. Go fuck yourself.
I ain't doing that. But someone will. A team will. 100% a team will. A team quarterback desperate enough who runs a similar type of offense. Who would look that good for the Jets? Who knows? Who knows? If the Rams win a Super Bowl and Stafford rides off into the sunset, they might even do it. You never know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our 8th McCarthy talk of this show. So we'll move on from that into some predictions here. I guess starting off, bold predictions on the offense. So look, we talked about it already. Micah Parsons, 8 sacks. Rashawn Gary, 7.5. Micah Parsons probably has almost twice or 3 times that much in pressures. That's just how good of a player he is. Even when he's not getting sacks, he still affects the pocket. I think Christian Darrisaw does it again this week. I think he holds Micah Parsons to 0 sacks. I think he keeps JJ McCarthy pretty damn clean. Micah Parsons, no sacks. That's what I'm calling.
Let's go. I'm going to go to the revenge game part of this one, and that is our guy, Aaron Jones. I said it earlier. I've been extremely impressed with him since coming back. I know that's another one too. Is like, I know he's a guy we want to pass him the ball. I mean, he scored the first touchdown in week 1. We tried to get him another one deep last game. We've seen JJ McCarthy does kind of have that a catch with Aaron Jones. And I know Aaron Jones, if there's one thing he wants more than fucking anything, it's to score on the Packers and do the Lambeau leap there. I think Aaron Jones does that while also getting 100 total yards in this game.
I love it. But that means O'Connell's going to have to run the ball a little bit more if he wants that. But anyway, moving on to the defensive side of the ball. Look, Dallas Turner has been flashing the last couple weeks. He's had a couple big weeks. Grenard, limited, will probably go into the game questionable. If he does play, probably going to be a little bit on a snap count. So I think Turner continues his ascension. I think this is the first game we see Turner have double-digit sacks. I think he gets 2. I think he plays pretty well just in coverage. That's what they've been having him do a lot. I'm feeling just the continued growth of Dallas Turner, who people need to remember, just like McCarthy, he's 22 years old and came in as a raw talent.
Yeah. So, all I know is the future JJ McCarthy and Turner, all pros at their position, greatest of all times. I don't know. If that does happen, we're fucking set. Anyways, my defense is, and I've been calling this, I'm going to call this every single fucking week on both. So I got 3 things to say here. And I'm calling it every single week because I think it's fucking important for us to win games. And we brought it up over it, and it's winning the turnover battle. I think the Vikings do win the turnover battle. I think the defense, one particular player that I've called every single week, well, not every single week, but recently, Andrew Van Ginkel gets his Gink 6 in this one. We went over the turnover battle. Andrew Van Ginkel, Gink 6s, Jordan Love, and then that means on the other side of the ball, JJ McCarthy, 0 turnovers in this game, and he throws for over 65%.
I love it. That would be huge. 65%. That's a jump.
I 65. If he does 65%. 65%.
I guess bold.
60. I said 70% last week, and now like that seemed like 65 didn't seem bold enough, and then now 65 is bold. So 65 for McCarthy, no turnovers. The big one, no turnovers for McCarthy. Gink 6, win turnover battles. Ultimately, score predictions: Vikings win 24-21, winning the turnover battle.
I love it. All right, for me, look, if you look,
what's your guys' score predictions? Score predictions. Get them in here.
If you look at the stats and you look at kind of how these offenses, how these teams compare, this really is not a great matchup for the Vikings, right? On the road against a really good defense who's near the top of the league in yards allowed and overall rushing, passing, all that type of stuff. They get after the quarterback. That defense is pretty suffocating. I mean, their offense has been struggling the last few weeks, but their defense has been holding teams down as well. So this really doesn't feel like a good matchup, but JJ McCarthy has been brilliant on the road in the division so far. Well, not brilliant, but won the games on the road in the division so far.
That's funny. Right?
We've had 2 games in a row, or 2 years in a row, we've won at Lambeau Field. I think Kevin O'Connell keeps that streak, pushes it to 3.
Ooh,
Vikings win 23-21 on a walk-off Will Reichard field goal.
Let's go.
Bring us up to 5 and 6. Get that Lambeau W. Put us on the right path,
bro. Until JJ McCarthy loses on the road in the division,
60. I'm not 60.
Like you, yeah. I'm gonna go with JJ McCarthy on the road in the division every single time until it doesn't happen. So it's happening. It's happening. Shake Gary up with trash teams. I say we end up 12-16 range. We're Ask Gary. We're gonna turn stuff around. This team, come on. The defense is good.
They're gonna make you a believer by the end of the season. I feel it.
Yeah, I think so.
Feel it.
It could be this game. I think Nick will turn around after this game. That's fair. Bleeding purple with the 27-24 Vikings.
That's what Darren had too. Will the Thrill to win it from 60.
Let's
whatever the
go.
longest field goal.
I mean, if this game was home, like maybe I lean the Packers. But since it's away, we gotta go there.
Good point.
I know that honestly, that's another thing. So I'm trying to remember so JJ McCarthy had 2 interceptions. He had the one in the corner that got picked that was supposed to go to Addison.
Yep.
What was this other one? Oh, he got hit. He got hit on that.
Yeah, he
one.
launched it downfield.
But we had a Jordan Addison. It was Jordan Addison was open there.
That was the almost pick. That was the one that Norris was referencing, where the two guys
ran into
each other.
Oh,
but no, there was another one where I think he was getting hit and he just chucked it up there and it was intercepted. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty bad one. But yeah, I don't know. It's big game, but I mean, no matter what, big game. It's Lambeau, right? It's on the road in Lambeau. It's the Packers. We hate losing to the Packers. We swept them last year for the first time in God knows how long. And they're gonna have to do it again if they want to even think about playoffs this season. But it's just all about can JJ McCarthy just put things together. I know people don't like to hear it.
Be accurate.
People don't like to hear it, but that is what it's all about right now. It's can he put, because that's the thing. That's what's going to lead to wins is if he can start putting things together more consistently. Like that's the biggest thing right now. Like I know people are sick of talking about JJ McCarthy, but that's kind of the talking point. Like there's really not much else to talk about other than his development, how he plays, because that will lead to wins.
Yeah, and I think he's going to. And this is like, hey, that's crazy thing to say after we beat the Lions, bro. We beat the Lions, and that's the thing. We had an opportunity to tie it with the Ravens, and we had an opportunity to beat the Bears.
We should have beat the Bears.
We should have beat the Bears. Technically, we shouldn't have, but we should have. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm not out on the Vikings winning games this year. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs at that point because you got to be pretty consistent. But I think, I think there's definitely a chance that we can beat this game because you talked about like this is kind of a tough matchup for us. This is not an easy matchup for the Packers. You're kidding yourself big time if you think this is an easy.
Well, no, definitely not easy.
No, why would it be easy? Our defense has stopped. I mean, we've had arguably the hardest schedule, especially of recent.
Their defense has a chance to make it easy on them, I think.
Because of
that defense has a legitimate chance. No, just because that defense is legit. Like
it's legit. Ain't that legit? I ain't that scared.
That's a damn good defense. What you got, Norris? Let us know. What's the question?
Let's see here. What is their defense?
I mean, they're near the top in yards allowed.
I mean, our passing is still better than theirs. Our passing defense. I mean, you can say all you want about our cornerbacks. Our passing defense is still allow less than the Packers.
I don't know that defense.
Like I think that defense is good, but it's not. It ain't the best defense in the NFL or anything like that.
See, every time I've worn the goddamn SKOL Fest shirt, we lose. Should I keep
Who said that? Shit.
No, take that shit off.
Yeah. Fuck. I do
that.
Fuck us, dude. Fuck us.
You don't need. If it
I don't give a fuck about
us. Losses. Don't wear that.
Yeah, dude. We're always Vikings first. GG Sports Podcast second. So if our shit's fucking making us lose, then fucking burn that shit right now.
SKOL Fest is a good time, obviously, but yeah, the SKOL Fest shirt doesn't need to be worn if it makes you lose.
So should we lose? Should I keep up the streak?
Yeah, definitely not. No. Find something else to wear. Wear your jersey. Wear a jersey.
Yeah, you can change it up. I'm trying to think. Have I wore? I don't know if I've worn
underwear every time that we lose. I think I just might go commando that day. We'll see what happens.
I know every time I wear clothes. Every time we fucking lose, dude. That's a good point.
Go commando on the house. Naked, you know.
Here, no, I need to go check. Let me see. I know the Packers defense is good, but I feel like you're giving them a little bit too much credit here.
No, that's a damn good defense.
Let's see. So they are
6th in the NFL in total defense yards allowed, 7th in scoring defense.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, that's a good defense. But when we're talking like if I'm going against a defense and I'm fucking scared to, I'm talking like top 5, top 3. I'm talking top 3 if you think
you're a PFF guy. They're number 4 overall in highest tackling grade and second highest coverage grade.
That's fine. I don't give a shit about that. They allow so they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13th in running back yards allowed, which which is like basically middle of the pack. No pun intended. And then they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They allow the 8th fewest passing yards. We allow the 7th fewest passing yards. We also up there in pressures. We're also up there in pressures. Like, I'm not out here. I don't know. I think the Packers defense is good, but I don't think we're talking about a top 3 defense out here. Like, I think we've faced better defenses without a question this year. I think the Lions defense has been better than the Packers defense this year. I think the Cleveland Browns defense has been better than the Packers defense this year.
It's going to be tough no matter what, though. It's on the road.
I think they don't have as easy as, depending on JJ McCarthy. I think JJ McCarthy is the question mark, but outside of that, I don't think the Packers have a more difficult matchup than we have against them.
Gary, top 3 targeted positions in next year's drafts. I'm serious. Cornerback, for sure. Just
running back.
Stay alive. Running back.
Jeremiah Love.
I don't think they go running back. I think they could. I think they stick with Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason again next year.
Dude, if you get a chance at Jeremiah Love, you fucking pull the trigger on that.
Not in the first round, though. I don't think.
Yeah, you do. You fucking do it. Yeah.
No.
Dude, our running backs are not our. They're looking good. They're not a difference maker.
Cornerback, linebacker, defensive interior to me are the top 3.
I would say
maybe safety, defensive back,
cornerback, safety,
defensive line.
I like center. If you get a young center, I'd prefer that in the second round. We have a second round pick. You can get that second round of the center. Cornerback, safety is definitely up there. I don't like that for the first, but I do think running back matters. And I'm talking about a running because Aaron Jones has 1 more year left. He's 30-something years old. Jordan Mason, I'm sorry, but Jordan Mason has not stepped up the way we would hope. We do not have a difference maker at the running back position. If you don't not have a difference maker at the running back position, I think you can use one.
I think you need way too much help on that defense, though, to spend a pick on a running back.
No.
Our corners are not.
Corners. I said a corner. I did say corners.
I know. I'm just saying, though. Like, cornerback over running back for me, easily. No question in my mind.
Yeah, I would say that, unless Jeremiah loves that. Because I don't even – like, you could – we suck at picking cornerbacks.
It doesn't matter. You still just need a corner.
No. I'm picking – dude – if Love's out there, you're fucking pulling the trigger.
Nah.
I think our offense seems to need more help than our defense right now.
Yeah, but that's just our quarterback play, which I hope gets cleaned up.
I don't know. I'm going to go cornerback, but I do think this is one where if you can get Love, I'm happy with
Nick, you're a big college guy. You're a big college football guy. You know a lot more than we do.
Oh, I know my boy wants.
Tell us.
My boy wants Love.
Tell us who's right about positions of need.
He knows. So Love. Yeah, look at his first one. Round, Love. He ain't saying his love of the draft. He's saying the first player he wants is Love.
Or is he saying first round Love and those are 3 names?
No, it's not. He's not. One thing I've heard is I've never heard Nick mention his love for something.
You never know. I don't know.
He's a stud, bro.
I know. I'm not saying. I just think we have way too many other holes to draft a running back.
It just depends, though. I'm like, this is going to be the draft where I'm like, we need immediate impact.
Yeah,
and almost running. No position probably does that in the draft than running back. Well, obviously Caleb Downs. I would take him. I mean, if we could get him, it'd be no question, because he's arguably the number 1 draft pick as a safety.
Yeah.
Right? He's specifically a safety. I mean, if there's a cornerback that's like an absolute, but like if you're sitting at 10, let's just say, and Love might not even last there, and you pick a guy, if Love's there at 10 and there's a cornerback that was supposed to go like 14 or something, like what are you doing? Like at that point, I'm picking not me. No, fuck no.
14. That's 4 picks, dude. It's not that bad,
I'm picking
when the draft is.
I'm going for best over. I'm going best player available. When it comes to when I say cornerback, safety, running back, center, I'll even throw that up in there. I'm going best player available.
You're wrong. Positions. It's corner easily. No doubt in my mind. If
I'm not reaching for a corner. Fuck no.
But 14 to 10 isn't 14 to 10 isn't a reach. That's not a reach. That's a reach.
That's a reach.
14 to 10. That's not a reach.
14
a reach is late. A reach.
That costs you a third. That costs you a third round pick at least to move that. That costs you a third round pick to move 14 to 10.
No, it's not a reach.
Yeah, it does.
No, it's not a reach.
Yeah. See, come on. If Love's there, I'm not reaching for. I'm going Love or I'm going with a guy that can impact this team immediately. Unless I see this cornerback and I'm like, oh, that guy is fucking it. That's it. I'm not like, I think this is like, we figure that shit out in free agency or something. I don't know. I want a cornerback. Don't get me wrong. I think that is the most important.
Money on a veteran corner. I'd like to just get a guy we could grow.
That we can grow for 3 years.
No.
2 years. Hopefully
1 year. You bring him in, he's good. It's happening.
When has that happened for us ever with a cornerback?
Yeah, great. So then we should never draft a corner because guess what?
I'm never saying never forever, but I'm saying if you got a talent like Love, if you got a talent that can make an immediate impact on your team compared to a guy that you think is raw and you need to help him grow, I think we're in a position to go for that immediate impact. I want a cornerback. I think that is our most needed position. But give me Love.
Works for the Lions, but we'll see. Luckily we have a long time to go before we got to start talking about draft picks. So that's good. But if this season
look what Gary did,
it is, we might be doing a mock draft in 2 weeks from now. Who knows?
Gary fucking just loves when we go after each other. That's what Gary fucking lives for at this point.
Yeah. Second round. Anything else on this one?
No, man. I think it's the Packers. It's Lambeau Field. You gotta. This is a big one. This is the game. It's the Packers. It's just the Packers in general. So if there's a game every single year you want to win, no matter what, it's them. At least for sure for us.
Especially in Lambeau, JJ McCarthy, all the shit he's taking going into
Lambeau. Yeah, all that. Yep. So overall, come on. If there's a game all season on this thing, well, yeah. Beating the Packers in Lambeau would be great. Actually, honestly, at this point, I would love to see us beat the Packers at home because that's a big one. Like the 3 big games for the rest of the season, and we're kind of running out of time because I totally forgot. We told Gary we'd go through the rest of the season here. So make sure we get that. The 3 big games for me, Packers, obviously in general. I'll just put them together. I just wanted to beat the Packers. But the Seattle game, J.J. McCarthy versus Sam Darnold, and low-key, the Giants game, the ones that I want to win, the Giants game with J.J. McCarthy versus Jackson Dart.
Because, a lot of people are like looking at Jackson Dart and being like, man, I wish like him and McCarthy kind of saying like, I wish he could be that.
Well, what they're looking at him is Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is who J.J. McCarthy is supposed to be.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
So, what up, broski? Say Gary sitting back laughing. But those are like the 3 games. Yeah. Obviously, the division games, but the Seattle Giants low key, and obviously, like anytime we play the Packers, go beat them. It's the best, especially because they get so fucking hyped. Like their offense has been playing like trash. Literally 2 weeks ago, people were questioning whether Jordan, I think maybe even still, whether Jordan like basically calling Jordan Love's contract fucking
people
away.
People are asking about Matt LaFleur's job status.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, dude, you guys literally thought they're going to win the Super Bowl again, like every single year.
Yeah.
So obviously, you want them to lose.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Micah Parsons thing. But
yeah.
Anyways, go whoop that Packer ass.
For sure.
Welcome in Vikings news today as well. Okay.
So are we doing the season thing?
Oh no, we'll save that for. We're already.
Oh yeah. Next time, Gary. I think we said next time last time, but we'll do next time for sure. Next time.
Yes.
After we're talking, I mean, because it's
Next time for sure.
It's gonna be a lot more fun judging this schedule coming off a W. So yeah,
that's what we're hoping for.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. See you guys Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the game. Vikings are going to win it. We're going to feel a lot better about JJ McCarthy come Monday. Mark, record this section of me saying that and bring it back on Monday when I'm right or wrong. I don't know.
Okay. All right. SKOL Vikes.